Everybody experiments with something, some kind of way. That was my life's journey, my life path. We don't own the past. The only thing we own actually is this second right now. So I keep it moving forward.
Chaka Khan, the deeply spiritual woman behind the music icon.
I have a need to be able to protect myself and those whom I love in the way I feel.
I sat down with her days before she was honored by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, Sia and I are doing a song together. She wrote. It's brilliant.
Did she approach you?
Yes.
Wow.
And now I'm her godmother.
This is a side of the legend that I guarantee you've never seen before.
It's a dark room with a candle and a mirror. And you just sit there and look into the mirror and things will come.
Have you done it?
It's waiting. Hell no.
Maybe it'll reveal something within you.
No. I'm good. Best interview we had all day.
It means a lot. Thank you. That's what I wanted for you.
The most meaningful one, for sure.
Yeah.
Ever since I wrote my goals down with the pen, my dreams and reality have both been blending in. I just hope that in the end, my debt don't extend me on my dividends.
Hey everybody, I'm so excited for today's episode. I've been waiting months leading up to this interview and it finally happened in New York City. I was with the iconic, legendary musician, Chaka Khan. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, then you'll see her fragrance, which is coming out next week, is behind me. And it looks so good because it's a gold microphone and it looks so good just nestled between the Emmys, which are also gold. But I want to have one really quick disclaimer before I jump into the interview. And thanks for bearing with me. I think this is important to say. I had a really big learning experience where I had to go deep into forgiveness. I mean, on a level where, you know, it's the most meaningful when you forgive when it's hardest. And this was very difficult, but I had to forgive. The crew that I was working with was a crew I had never worked with before. Obviously, we'll never work with again, but there were some issues with the footage. But I had to get very creative with the audio and the video. And now here's the interview.
Yes.
So Chaka, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You all excited?
I'm excited about, me being, music excellence is not bad. I'm a rock and roller, the first album I ever bought.
Oh, what was the first album?
Led Zeppelin.
How old were you?
How old was I when I bought it? About 14.
You're listening to Led Zeppelin, it's your first album. Did you think, I'm going to do that?
No.
No.
I wasn't thinking that.
What were you thinking?
I like this. I love the drummer. The John Bonham. I was like, off into that.
You've got 10 Grammy wins and an incredible catalog of songs like Tell Me Something Good, which Stevie Wonder wrote, I'm Every Woman, and Through the Fire, which Kanye West famously sampled when he was first starting out as a rapper. Is there like a certain song or a moment in time that stands out for you?
No.
All of it just blends together?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have lots of moments in time. And I don't remember all the moments either. I'm amazed anew all the time whenever I see my body at work, when I get a glimpse of how many songs I've recorded. It's crazy. So
tell me about this new music you have coming up in the first quarter of 2024.
Well, Sia and I are doing a song together. She wrote. It's brilliant.
Did she approach you?
Yes.
Wow.
And now I'm her godmother.
Well, are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
She's an interesting musician.
She's an interesting human being and a great artist.
So did you already know who she was before she asked?
Vaguely.
Chandelier. I mean, it's a big song.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I don't listen to music much.
You don't? What do you do?
Look at TV. Sleep.
Someone asked you about your awards and you said, my mom keeps them.
Yeah.
Yeah? And that you're grateful, but that's not what drives you. This is what you said in that interview.
That's right.
So will this award, is it an award, the Music Excellence Award, is it an actual trophy?
I don't know what it looks like.
Oh, you don't know what it looks like?
I have no idea.
But it isn't a physical thing?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. I wonder, okay, will your mom have that one if it is?
More likely, yeah. my mom and I live together now, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we'll have it.
Is that new?
Yeah, we just moved
that's so
together.
sweet.
Just moved to Georgia.
To Atlanta. No.
Hell no.
Noonan?
No.
That's all I know.
I live in the country.
But you are honest, and I love that.
Yes,
and,
I am.
It's on camera and it's off. So I've gotten to kind of see a little bit here, but you say what's on your mind.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to call this podcast Quite Frankly. I want people to be like, quite frankly, like just tell it to me, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want to do these like...
People appreciate honesty and the truth. But that's the thing that they fear the most. I find. Some people actually can't handle the truth. To quote that movie.
yeah. You can't
handle the truth. And I found that to be true. So if don't ask me.
If you want the truth. In every interview I watched, when I would go back, and even the ones you did today, you were on the Today Show, you did GMA, everyone goes, Chaka, Chaka God, Chaka. The first thing.
They say my name more than once.
The first thing.
Yes.
Like, tell me. So, like, it gets old, right?
It got a long time ago. But, you know, it is what it is.
Is there a part of it that's fun where you're like, I created that?
I didn't. Melly Mel did. That was his rap.
Yeah, everyone's always, Chaka, Chaka God.
I know. My name is percussive. You
Uh-huh.
know, it's like a drum beat.
Yeah.
So I get the, you know, fascination. But, you know.
What's interesting, though, to me is that what's in a name. I did an interview with somebody, a really powerful spiritual teacher. I mean, she told me things about me nobody would know. You could never Google it. Since then, I've sent so many people to her, and I'm getting messages that are like, how did she know? She'll tell you what happened in your life, in this life, but what it connects to in another past life, where it started, all these patterns you keep repeating. And one thing she told me, and right before that interview, is she said, you need to go by your first name, which my first name is Firas. It's Arabic. I have always gone by my middle name, Frank, my whole life to make it easy for people, right?
Firas.
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 Yeah.
It's a beautiful name.
Thank you. And I've been embracing it more. My point is I want to bring you back to the name, right? With even Chaka Khan, because even if it's not your birth name, like what it embodies who you are when you're that.
Name.
So it's not a stage name. I looked it up for you, and it was not a stage name. You want to tell me a little bit about how you got both?
My mom and dad named me Yvette Marie Stevens.
Oh, wow.
Okay, but Chaka is, I embraced it when I was a teenager. I embraced the Yoruba walk of life, way of life, religion. I don't really think it's a religion, it's more of a spiritual belief system. Same thing.
Like a way of life, right?
Yeah, but more of a way of life, too. And they had naming ceremonies once a year. I worked at a place called the Afro Arts Theater. I sang African songs, the group called the Shades of Black. And Baba would come from Africa once a year and give naming ceremonies. So after, meeting him maybe 3 or 4 times, over 3 or 4 years, he finally, it was my turn to get my naming ceremony. The whole name is Chaka Adune Adufe Yumoya Hodari Karifi. And each of those names are spiritual names or orishas. And these are spirits that affect the water, nature, and all kinds of stuff like that. But you want to live up to these and live in harmony and live correctly under these spirits on your name. So that's where the Chaka came from. And Khan came from my first husband. He's from India.
And that was like a very early marriage, wasn't it? I think I read something about you were really young.
I was 20.
20. Pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, look, where I come from, when they're young.
Right.
So my schoolmates and stuff had already had kids.
They had already had kids at that point?
At like 16.
And this is in Chicago, right? Yeah. Was that marriage like a way kind of to get out?
Yes.
Yeah, it was?
Yes.
Yeah,
so I could sign my own contracts and everything.
Oh, that was why. Who was signing them before? Parents?
Well, see, actually, I wasn't pregnant. I told my mother I was pregnant.
So you could get married?
Yes. So that I could sign my own contracts.
Wow. And overall, the marriage was what for you? Because you kept the name, right? Even though you've had other marriages.
It's a great name.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's a fine name.
So that's
it works a lot better than Yvette Stevens.
Sure does.
But
yeah, for what you do.
Got more ring.
Yeah, like Yvette Stevens is not creating this.
I mean, I could have named it Yvette.
That's true. That's true, and that still would be a sexy thing. So This is Chaka by Chaka Khan. And I love that it looks like a mic. Was that your idea?
Yes. No, it was mine. No.
Yeah. Well.
God, I've been holding one for 50 years.
And I love that it's gold.
Gold and black.
It's so good. Yeah, gold and black. And then a little hit of red right there. Oh, is that your combo?
That's what I wear. Gold and black.
Yeah.
I like gold and I wear black because I'm in mourning for this earth.
Tell me about that. Let's actually go into that.
It's as simple as that. I'm in mourning for the death we are killing.
Okay, but I do want to go into that. I've worked a lot with shamans in Costa Rica, in the jungle, in Peru, everywhere, right? But the thing is, they laugh. They go, you think we're destroying the planet? They say, if we take it too far, like that, the planet will get rid of us.
We are like the scourge of the earth. We have so many insects on this planet. And this is a living being, this earth. She lives.
Yeah.
You know, and we are killing her every day. And it's time to start repairing her and loving her.
I'm optimistic. I used to be not. And in the last few years, I started to think, I think things are going to change.
I'm more realistic.
You're more realistic.
Yeah, if they're going to keep using, fossil fuel.
Pesticides, herbicides.
Man, we are driving cars,
suicides.
Same cars that Ford made, Henry Ford, at the Industrial Revolution. That's ridiculous. Does that make any sense?
It doesn't, but that's the thing, right? When we really think about it, why?
Money.
Yeah, and who? The oldest families that's like their industry. They're not going to change that.
Yeah.
But we can.
We could.
That's the thing. People really walking around thinking we can't change it.
But they made that happen too.
Yeah.
They keep that going.
Stay distracted.
Yes.
Stay, hey, next up on this show, exactly. The new trend, the new that, hey, keep your focus here, keep your focus here.
And man does not cohabitate well.
Mm-hmm.
You're not the best at cohabitation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we've lost our connection with the earth, even in the sense, like, you know how you mourn for the earth, right? People walking around day to day, I mean, we're in New York right now, especially a place like this. The connection with nature is gone. So why protect it when you don't even realize, oh, that's there? I mean, I'll stop and take a walk sometimes and I'll just stop and stare at a tree because I'm that distracted by its beauty. And my friends won't understand.
They don't understand. But if they wanted to know more, they could. It's not important to them. That's that.
There's like the shamans in Colombia and Shipibo and the people that study with them, the women, when they have their menstrual cycle, they take it and they put it back in the earth. And they say, you're supposed to give it back to earth.
Amen.
Little things like that.
Little things.
Yeah.
But some big shit too that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, for sure. What's so cool, because this podcast is really about health and spirituality and wellness and just, those kind of conversations. The first thing when I met your daughter and we talked and we immediately got into talking about stem cells, about things, right? Yeah. We started talking about that and I loved that you guys are really into this health stuff.
I've been doing this for a long time. When I was 14, I was baking my own bread. I was not eating any meat. I was fasting. 1 week out of every month.
Where did that come from?
Well, I was, like I said, I used to work at this place called the Afro Arts Theater, which was a cultural center as well. So it was for healthy living and vegetarian.
Oh, they make food and there was a whole thing.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
Cultural thing about it. So
Are you still vegetarian?
For the most part, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Always have been really healthy, but then there was that period, right? You wrote about it in your book, and through the fire, normal 70s, 80s, probably rock and roll stuff. It's like the drugs.
I was getting high?
Yeah.
Everybody does that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm reading it, I'm like, who in that time wouldn't, right? Or any time, even
Everybody experiments with something. Some kind of way. That was my life's journey, my life path. That's all.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
That's it. Just something that happened.
That's it.
I love that. You don't stick to it.
That's all, baby.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make a great interview because I want you to go in there and tell me. But at the same time, it makes a good spiritual person who is not attached to the past.
I'm not attached to the past. I do not live the next girl. We don't own the past. The only thing we own actually is this second right now. So I keep it moving forward.
Because you said present moment, Let's talk about TM, Transcendental Meditation. Yeah.
Well, I just began doing that.
I heard with the David Lynch Foundation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's amazing. It's so easy. I was not attracted to it for a long time because I thought it was like so all involved and you had to like change this state of mind and that state of mind. Look at a thing on the wall and shit. You know, and then once I started, investigating, more. It was just really just a change of frequencies, and controlling that. And I'm about improving my spiritual side and my mental whatever.
Right.
So this is a great way to do that. And we also have the initiative going for mental health for young adults.
And this is your own foundation, right? So okay, I'll tie it in together for people who are listening who might not know all this, right? So TM is where you
meditate.
They give you a word.
Yes, a mantra.
And it's a mantra, and it's just for you,
just
right?
For you, and you keep that a secret. It's your word.
Is it the primordial kind of sound that was there when you were born?
It's a word.
A mantra is, it's like the sounds are what make them powerful. Like Om is not about the word; it's about the
that's the frequencies.
Yeah. So is it the one that is based on your birthday?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
No, mine doesn't seem to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I could just say it to myself or in my mind, and I immediately.
Wow.
It's what you make it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a tone. I do believe that tones are healing, and can be destructive too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I believe that that's a reality. But so for your mantra, you don't have to use tones. You can use word.
Okay.
A prayer word, a powerful prayer word from India. That's what I have.
Yeah. So they give you this. You've started this practice, and you fell in love so much with it that you want to now bring it into for youth.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, it would be great.
Yeah.
Because everybody's minds, because it's this technology going on, are so scrambled and so full of chicanery.
What's that word?
Chicanery. Yeah.
Chicanery.
Yeah, chicanery. Right? We need to. I think that we need some more just reality. Bring some reality back. Heighten your way of thinking and your vibe, the love that you give. Keep everything, clean it up.
So, which by the way, we didn't even talk about this, Melia, because I was going to save it for the end. I'm holding, for people who are listening to this and not watching it, I'm holding this gold microphone that's actually your fragrance, and it comes out like a week after this episode comes out, and it smells incredible. And I'm not somebody I'm like you. I'm honest. I'm frank, and I'm like, oh, it's nice. It's not for me. Like, there's a nice way to say it.
Yeah, there is.
This is for me.
I'm so happy.
It's so like this amber smell. I don't know how to explain it to people.
Yeah.
I was in Spain 2 weeks ago, and I went to the, like the little duty free in the airport, and I saw this amber fragrance, and I'm like, oh, that's it, because I love amber.
I love amber.
It smelled so bad. It was awful. This is what I was looking for that day. Yeah. So I'm so glad.
So you got your amber.
Yeah. So you were saying the proceeds of this goes to what will support that initiative to bring TM to children. That's beautiful. Right. Yeah, really cool. You're into astrology or no?
Yeah.
And you were born March 23rd. I want to see if I can do this. It could be fun. I want to do this in pieces, but I pulled up something called Assyrian astrology. So it comes from the ancient Greeks. They took that when Alexander conquered India. He took it to India, and the astrologers there incorporated that into their Vedic system. So it's a really interesting system. Yeah. Oh my God, it's incredible. I've sent so many people to this astrologer over the years. All of them have told me, like, this guy changed my life. He's incredible. I'll tell you about him off camera. He's actually he was on the show once.
Send me a link.
I'll connect you guys. So I actually love Greek mythology, and I had not heard of this specific one that you were born under. It's the star called Phorcus. He was the ancient sea god who ruled the deepest part of the ocean. So I wrote down here, depth, deep, philosophical. Like the people who normally are born under the star, and I can see that already being with you. It's like the depth. The ocean there's parts of it that we have never explored,
right?
Not seen.
More about
More about space.
We know about the moon than we know about
Exactly.
Our oceans, yes.
So your star is that. Now, I'm going to do this in like paragraphs, okay? Just so you can kind of like talk to me a little bit about it. But it says here, and I can see this too, just from even having met your daughter. Every family needs someone like you. You're the person who's always willing to give and to share, and you will stick up mightily for those who you love. Often, you know what people need before they know they need it. You are simply that in tune with those who are close to you. That's the first paragraph of this.
Wow.
Tell me, they're dead on?
Dead on. Dead on.
Wow.
That's amazing. I'm looking at the cities just declining in a very rapidly. And scary. I have a need to be able to protect myself and those whom I love in the way I feel. They need protection.
Even before they know it, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So, so this land will be gated. And when they come talk about knocking on my gate and talking to my speaker, talking about,
yeah, sorry.
It's time for you. You have to come get your inoculation.
Yep.
Get your shots. I'll tell you what. You get on the other side of this fence and we see who gets shot.
Yeah. We'll see who gets shot.
Who gets shot first, okay? I'm really,
wow.
I'm literally boots on the ground.
Wow.
I really am. I'm a protector. And I was a Black Panther. It's true. I mean, so that's
I wrote that down,
my frame of mind and that thinking, and I know what's going on.
Listen, this podcast is that. I didn't need to leave TV news. I didn't need to do the, there's a lot of better and easier ways to make money.
Absolutely.
It was, I need to break this illusion a little bit as much as I can, little by little.
Yes.
Having people even like you, though, to talk about this, because it's great when I have like my healers and my friends come and talk about it, but we need the people who are like mainstream to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Amen. And come together.
Yes.
And really come together and stop this fear.
Yes.
This unwarranted fear. When we can handle that, we can handle this whole shit.
Yeah.
That is why, another force, a negative force, can come in and cause division.
Yeah.
Because there's fear.
I love, you know what? I literally saved this picture this morning. How funny that things correlate perfectly. This picture, and it says, they fear love because it creates a world they cannot control.
Amen. Amen.
1984.
Amen. That's the truth right there.
George Orwell, 1984.
And I did an album called George Orwell.
Wow.
With, what's his name? What was that guy's name? 1984. He was a German artist. And I did a song called Gloria on an album called 1984.
I need to look that up.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll think of his name.
And the album was called George Orwell, or the song?
No, the album was called 1984.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, it's exactly what you said. And so my goal is in 2025 to either move to a farm here in the US, or I'm leaving LA. 2025 is the year.
You have to.
Yeah, I'm going to. Or Spain. I'm falling in love with Spain.
Where you can protect yourself, you grow your own shit.
Yeah, yes. And that's always
you live in a blue zone, or you can create your own blue zone with the food you're eating.
Because I go to Costa Rica every year. I love it, and they have amazing blue zones, farmland. I just don't. It's not the place where I was there. I'm like, I want to live here. I didn't get that feeling.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, it's too unstable.
Yeah.
And
Snakes
everybody. Yes.
So no thanks.
Yeah, you want to have some kind of control over nature to some extent.
Something, Yeah. So, I'm going to visit you if I'm invited at one point. I'm going to I'll come with some bread and...
Absolutely. You know? You should.
Man.
And the land is so cheap there.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I got several acres of land and a lake. Wow. And the house that I was living in was up for sale. And that motherfucker...
In LA?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got this for 1/3 of the price of that house.
Wow. And probably a better life.
Well, of course. But yes, it's quiet.
You know what this whole pandemic thing did do, though? It broke up things, I think, where it made us realize, I don't need to live in LA. I don't need to.
People had to face themselves. The pandemic made people soul search.
Yeah.
Because they were by themselves.
Yeah.
So they had to face themselves.
Yeah. No more distractions. No more drinking on weekends. No more going out to the bar.
Yeah. Shit. No.
You're gonna look at
yourself. They had to be home with themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was for a reason.
Oh, for sure. More on this horoscope. It says, writing has traditionally been a rewarding pastime for those born under this star, but in modern times, photography has also become a popular way of expressing that inner creative drive. Are you taking pictures?
My father is a photographer, and I love photography. I'm very good with lighting and all that stuff. I know the whole shit.
You knew when we walked in here too. You're like,
the whole shebang,
we need it to be more moody,
yes. Yes, come on now. And writing, yes, I write. I've been writing poetry since I was a kid.
Wow, yeah.
And so when I write a song, it's just poetry.
Poetry. And that's literally what it says here. And it says photography can be writing with light. So it's like a different form of writing, right?
It absolutely is. I love a lot of the old German films, you know, with black and white.
I haven't seen any.
Oh my God. Where they do black and white and the shadows are true shadows. I mean, you can see like 5 different or 6 different shades of gray.
Oh, wow.
In a film. I mean, really beautifully done. I'm trying to think. One of them is that film.
A title? Yeah, because I'm like, give me something to watch.
That one film with the robots in it, Brave New World or something like that. It's from the 30s or the 20s, and there are these robots.
And that's German or American?
German. And somebody used it for the video, in a music video. Some rock band.
Oh, is what's his? No, never mind. That's
robots in it.
I was gonna ask you if Charlie Chaplin's in it, but no.
No, but he was pretty amazing.
He was amazing.
Yeah, I met him. I knew his.
You did?
Switzerland, yeah.
You met him?
I met him. I know his. Well,
putting my phone down with my questions.
I know his son. I know his daughter.
Tell me, what was that like? Because he's a pretty spiritual person. I can tell from just the little things I saw.
He was bizarre.
Really?
Yeah, he's weird. But his kids are nice. You know. You know. You know, they lived in Vevey or something in Switzerland, not far from where I was in Montreal. I stayed there.
Is that by like Stad?
Stad. That's S-T-A-D.
Yeah, G-S-T-A-A-D or something?
That's the German, but sounds like the German part.
Oh, okay. Because that's the part that I've gone to, I think.
German Schweiz, yeah.
Okay.
The Deutsche Schweiz. I lived in Germany. I lived in Germany and England for 30 years.
For 30 years? What took you there for that long?
To get the fuck out of America.
Wow.
When I found out that the Bobbies in London don't carry guns, so that's where I'm going. Good place to live. I want to experience that. And it's beautiful.
Wow.
And then over here, they shoot you if you say the wrong way. It's crazy.
Wow, 30 years.
I had a German boyfriend.
Germans are amazing. I love Germany.
Yeah.
So when I was just in Spain, I was on the island of Mallorca. Right? What do they call like little Germany? Because like half the people living there are all German. Yeah.
Yeah, well, a lot of places in Spain are German colonies. Were German colonies, but still a lot of Germans are there.
That makes sense.
Canary Islands or something?
Canary Islands, yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of their favorite spots. But yeah. It would behoove you, you know, like it's good that you travel.
I travel. I travel all the time. I've been to like 30 countries, and every time I'm there, I'm like, why do I live in the U.S.? Why am I here? I literally, like more and more, the last few years, I travel and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I could be spending half the amount for a better life.
Yes. Yes, and a loving people, and a loving country.
Yes.
Where the government has a heart.
Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned travel, because literally the next thing here it says, imagine being a travel writer or photographer for a charitable organization. Talk about the ideal situation. Because apparently for you, it's like you like to write, you like to take photos, and you are charitable. Yes. And you like to travel.
Well, I do travel a lot.
So you do that anyway.
Yeah, anyway. So that, I would. That's like, that just hit me on all 4 points.
Wow.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. He's a good guy. That's why it's good that you're bringing meditation to young people too.
Yes.
Oh, well, here, let's keep going. A central goal for anyone born under this star is spiritual development. Children of Orcus have the strongest intuitive gift. Neglecting these cores, which we should talk about intuition too. Actually, let's go ahead and do that before I get into the next paragraph. Do you resonate with that? Yeah, I can see that.
I can smell people coming. They call me, what does Tammy call me? I make things happen. You
will them.
I will them.
Yeah.
I'll call it and it happens. But I swear to God, I know when someone's coming. I know, I know when they're going to call. I just know.
Is it a knowing, or is it like
a knowing?
Oh man, that's crazy. I just thought about them and they're here.
But
or you knew they were coming.
I knew.
Because for me, it's constant. I call it a coincidence, but I think I haven't tapped into the intuition that strongly. I'll literally think about somebody from 10 years ago.
And
they'll text me or call me, and I'm like, I thought about them this morning. Why?
That's because
that's constant, Chaka.
Yeah,
10 times a day, constant.
Well, as the older the planet gets, and the further into time we go here, right now, because a lot of star people are visiting us right now.
Yeah.
Just raising our conscious level too. So that's another reason this turns into.
And they also say the way we spin, and the universe is expanding at the same time, we're getting exposed to certain rays of light and things that we weren't before.
That's
and it's like, whoop, awakening.
That's right.
You're going to know this, know that.
That's so true.
Little downloads when you're open.
Downloads.
Because you could just
gotta be open.
Downloads. You got to be open, or else what's the point?
So that's where this meditation.
The transcendental. Do you do it every day?
Yeah, I do at least once a day.
At least once a day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought it was just a trendy, TM, but now the way you describe it, I'm like, I need to do this.
There's this, I want to also visit this, it's called Close Encounters.
Oh, he was on my podcast. He was on my podcast.
I love him.
Dr. Stephen Greer?
Yes.
He was on my podcast.
I am going.
Oh, let's go together.
I so want to go.
If I arrange it, we go together. You will go with me?
I go.
Okay. I love it. Yeah, see, I have the app. I've called them in. I've called them in before.
Yeah. I love him.
Listen.
He had a near-death experience. He almost died. I read his book.
You did?
I read his book. His book.
Oh, and, wow.
He came back with this heightened sense of, like a near-death experiences. He takes people out on deserts or in fields all over the world. They all are in a circle. And they're in these reclining chairs and blankies and stuff. And he makes this altar. The altar has it's Indian, like from India, a picture of a Swami or a high Indian high priest or
so he's bringing in the higher consciousness.
Yes, and also he plays a speaker of a mantra going over and over and over, beautiful, out into the air. And then he puts fruits and flowers, and then he shoots like one laser beam straight up while everybody is going in around him.
They're meditating
on a visitation. One man couldn't hear in one ear and had bad hearing in the other. There's a photographer that he has with night vision. And this being came down and he could hear the next day. He could hear. He asked for help with his hearing. So Greer said when he looked at the being that was around this man, rather opaque, but you can see that they are something. He said, those are healers. Those are high healers. They all look the same. Whenever healings occur, they're around. These people are summoning people into their homes. They're coming into their homes. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I want to do this with you.
Everybody, we kind of need to accept the facts and know what's going on. But yes, ET is here.
Well, you know, when you do, like, I've done like 30 ayahuasca ceremonies in the jungle, you know?
And I had an analyst once wanted to take me to some ayahuasca shit up in the motherfucking jungle. I said, no, bitch. I need more control over my ayahuasca.
I knew you were going to say control. You want control.
That shit.
Yeah, I can tell. I would not even ask you.
Shitting and throwing up and shit and helpless.
But it's the best.
I know.
I took a family member.
Tammy did it.
She did?
Sister.
I took a family member who had a back problem, like, because you remind me when you were saying about the person's ears, had a back problem, left without the back problem.
Oh, yeah.
But what happened when I asked her? She said these beings came and they were doing surgery.
Absolutely.
So she's on the plant medicine.
Those
but
things
these
take
beings,
you to heighten your level of consciousness.
And they're just working on her. She was sitting like this. All of a sudden, we left the trip, she's like this. I mean, these beings, like...
I should take Dana on a little ayahuasca trip.
Where I've gone to both. I've gone to jungle, down and dirty, and I've gone to retreats.
I'd rather go to
That's a place I would take, like, my mom, my friend, my brother. I've taken them. I've taken my friends. Yeah, you'll love it. It used to be a Marriott. They bought it. This guy who was a multi-millionaire who ayahuasca changed his life. He got off drugs, did all this stuff, and then created this retreat.
Shit.
Yeah.
But my analyst wanted to take me out there.
And you were like, nah.
In fact, I'll check you later.
So it says here more about your chart. Neglecting your core needs, so the solitude, all that, will make it easier for the shadow side of Forcus to emerge from the deep.
Right.
So let's talk about the shadow.
Shadow people, I know about that.
Well, don't even tell me yet. Don't even tell me yet. I literally wrote, tell me about the shadow man, but not yet.
Okay.
Let me. So neglecting these core needs will make it easier for the shadow side of Forcus to emerge from the deep. When in the grip of this shadow, Forcus manifests many of the qualities of the negative Saturn energy. Secrecy, cunning, anger in a passive-aggressive way, laziness, and irresponsibility are often seen in the shadow side of Forcus. Forcus, you are not likely to become overly aggressive since your Saturn energy lends to some self-control. However, while in the grip of the shadow, so in other words, when you really are not giving yourself what you need, emotions can vary from high to low, anywhere in between, sometimes changing rapidly. You can even become obsessively focused on an enemy, whether real or imagined, when you get like this. It becomes the aim of your existence to defeat this enemy. And it is a tremendous waste of your potential.
That's cuckoo.
Is that resonating?
I've never been that far into no shadow shit.
Whoa.
I haven't gotten.
You haven't gotten that far. You don't let it get that far.
No.
Wow.
No. In fact, I'm very ritual oriented. Before I go to bed, it's a ritual. I spray my St. Paulo. I burn it, or in hotels I got this spray that's from the tree, and I spray the bed. I have my crucifix, I have my sage, I have my oil and my water. And
you just like I do the same thing every
hotel room,
every morning, every night. You do the hotel too?
I have to cleanse every hotel room.
Smart.
I never get a hotel room with a mirror in my bedroom. You never sleep with a mirror in your sleeping place.
What do you call it ahead of time and make sure?
Yeah, make sure. They have rooms without mirrors.
Really?
Yes, they do.
Oh, that's good to know. What does that do? Creates a portal?
Mirrors are portals to the dark side. And things can come back and forth through mirrors. That's why you never buy a mirror from an antique shop. You don't fucking buy mirrors.
Oh, I'm freaking out. You just gave me a flashback. This is wild. You know how we were just talking about the intuition thing? Last night, I do Kriya yoga every morning and night, no matter what.
Okay.
Last night, I'm sitting down to do my Kriya, and I stopped it before even starting, and I sat up in bed, because I was doing the Kriya on the floor, sat up in bed, and said, I'm just going to meditate on what I see in the mirror.
Ooh,
what is my world right now? And how can I fix this mirror? Switch what I see in the mirror. But when I meant in the mirror, not my physical reflection, but my life. What I'm seeing here. Right. This. So I was like, Frank, what does your mirror look like right now? Out of nowhere, I did this last night. And then now you're telling me about this whole mirror thing. This is not an accident.
No, there's not. No, there are no accidents.
So you were saying like it's a portal and
it's called scrying. Where you go into a dark room. People do this. A lot of people who like ghost hunters and
the Hollywood medium does this. I heard him talk about this.
Go to a dark room with a candle and a mirror, and you just sit there and look. into the mirror and things will come. Yeah,
your face starts to change.
Yeah.
Right?
Shit's gonna come.
Have you done it?
It's waiting. Hell no.
Why?
I'm not trying to invite no shit.
You're stronger than that.
Wait, no, wait. What the fuck do I need with that shit?
Maybe it'll reveal something within you.
No. I'm good.
Whoa, the lighting looks really good, by the way. When you,
I don't need any new friends from some shit I don't know. Fuck it is.
Oh, see, that's where we're different. I want to see it. I want to go in. I want to do it.
I want you to know that curiosity did kill the cat.
Yeah,
and that's a fact.
Yeah,
that saying stuck around for so long because there's a whole lot of truth to it.
What if they created it because they don't want you to go looking? So they're like, hey, curiosity killed the cat. Don't go looking.
I trust my intuition. I trust my feelings.
And you said, don't do it.
No.
Because I don't want to invite anything in, but I do want to look at myself because, you start to see past lives.
Fuck that. Why are you fucking with the past? Deal with this shit right
here. My mom says the same thing. If you were supposed to remember, you would have remembered.
Right. And you know what? You learned from that experience you had in the past. You learned from those experiences already. You're done with them.
Leave it.
It's a waste of time and energy. Right here and right there. Gearing forward.
So true. Another sign of your dark side is a tendency toward addiction. Alcohol, drugs, sex, food, sugar. This is in evidence when you are not attending to your core needs.
That's right.
And your spiritual development. So in that time that we talked about, the addiction from before, in that time you were not attending to your spiritual self at all?
I was not taking care of myself. No. I wasn't happy.
Wow, as soon as you said that, it says here, addiction then becomes your anesthetic. So it's like to not feel.
That's right.
Despite your caring, giving nature, thanks to Jupiter, the road to relationship happiness is often a rough one.
Oh, tell me that.
There goes the negative Saturn again. Perhaps it is precisely because you are so giving, kind, generous, caring toward individuals. And because of that, you often attract those who would take advantage of those very qualities, either consciously or unconsciously, right? Codependent. Codependent. Yes. You are so psychic. And literally the next word was codependent.
Yes, absolutely.
So they become codependent on you. Is that something you've seen?
Yes, all the time.
Because they know you'll fix it.
That's
right. And that you can.
That's right. Because I can. It ain't no big deal. But to them, it's a lot. And you cannot pimp the pimp. No, you can't pimp the piper.
You can't pimp the piper.
No.
So when you start to notice, right, like these excessive demands.
It happens every man I've ever been with.
Do you address it or you like bye?
I'm gone. I put him out.
You're just like that.
Or I leave. I just stop the situation.
It's not a conversation.
No.
Oh wow,
it's
so
a rap.
Similar.
It's a fucking rap.
We're so similar.
Next.
I'm the same. I'll just block somebody.
When are you born?
What's the point of
When are you born?
April 29th.
We're so close.
Yeah,
you get the Taurus side.
Yep, and then
I got the Pisces side. Of Aries, yeah.
Of Aries. Oh my God, you're so good that you knew that. I didn't even know that until recently.
It's the best interview.
So maybe no. Oh, thank you.
For sure.
I knew it worked. I was going to end it on Shadow Man, but we won't then. Let's not even go there.
Well, that's something you can address because they'll come to the mirrors and they're the hardest beings to get rid of.
So I'm an energy worker. I do energy work for people. I stopped being a journalist 3 years ago and I just do clearings for people. It's been the most fulfilling work of my life. One woman comes up to me at this ayahuasca ceremony. She says, can you do a quick clearing for me? This was the day before. And she said, to help me, like anything that's blocking me going into ceremony. And I said, well, you have an entity that's in your occipital bone right here. And it's stuck when you were 19 years old. And she said, 19 was the worst year of my life. I had an accident, I had this, I had that. So, well, there was an entity that's stuck. Do you want me to clear it for you? And she said, yeah. So I got some magnets and I got this entity out of her. What she told me was she said, Frank, this right here, I thought I needed surgery. I know exactly that entity you're talking about. I call him my shadow man. And then a week later, I research you, and in an interview, you talk about shadow man.
Shadow people.
Like literally, it was a week later. What is that? What is shadow people?
They are people trying to manifest.
So they're not embodied, but they want to be.
Trying to manifest. They affect us any way they can. Which often, more than often, always turns out to be negative because they are trying to be.
So it's like
they have a jealousy,
energy.
and a malice, and they're really bad.
So you dealt with this one?
Yes.
The guy that you mentioned, the shadow man.
Yes. I had a guy that sat in every hotel I was in. Whoa. No matter what floor I was on. He'd be sitting at the chair, in the chair. And as night came, he'd get more and more of him. And with a hat. Big brim.
Oh, so you see the image.
Yes, yes. And he would sit there. And I would just stay awake until the sun started coming up. Then I could sleep. And I'm on spiritual watch every night. I don't sleep between the hours of 3 and 4. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Will you wake yourself up? I
can't sleep. No, I cannot sleep. If I'm asleep, if I fall asleep at 10, which will never happen. But if I fall asleep at like 2 or 1.
You wake up at 3?
3, bam, just like that.
Well, you know, they say something about 3 a.m. in India. 3 a.m. is like...
3 a.m. is the witching hour.
Wow.
It truly is.
Chaka, I could talk to you all day, and I know we will off camera. Yeah. So just thank you. I love this talk.
I'm so glad we met.
Of course.
I'm glad we got to talk with you too. It's the best interview we had all day.
It means a lot. Thank you. That's what I wanted for you.
The most meaningful one, for sure.
Yeah.